I'm Matthew Moniz, and this is the LG V20. Now, this phone came out during the end of the summer of last year, so I'm really late getting this review out. But the truth of the matter is I actually didn't get this phone until December. Now, I've been using this phone on and off over the last month, and I'm not going to do a full review. I'm basically going to talk about the things I like, the things I don't like, and most importantly, whether or not you should buy it. So here it goes. The LG V20 is a really big phone. Seriously, it's uncomfortable to hold, and this is coming from someone who rocks an iPhone 7 Plus and Pixel XL. The metal design is simple, the bezels are too big, but I do like the fact you can remove the back and swap out the battery. The display is 5.7 inches, and it has the right to be bigger than most 5.5 inch phones, but there's no refinement compared to something like the Galaxy Note 7 or S7 Edge. Now, it's very well built, it feels durable, strong, and significantly better than the LG G5. The 5.7-inch QHD IPS display is really nice. In fact, it's nicer than most LCD displays that I've reviewed this year. However, it does lack the vibrancy of the iPhone 7 Plus, or even more so the AMOLED panels on the Pixel XL or S7 Edge. There's also a small 2.1-inch screen above the massive main display that always stays on and shows the date and time. It can do other things too, like be a place for shortcuts, toggles, notifications, and it can also show your name. Now, to be honest, it's pretty gimmicky. It's similar to the Edge on the S7 Edge. It's great to show your friends, but it's something you rarely use. Sound was my favorite thing about the V20. Not the external speakers, there's only one and it's nothing special, but more specifically the quad DAC inside. So if you have a really good pair of wired headphones that need a DAC, you can get some great sound out of it. Now, I'm not an audiophile, so this doesn't apply to me or probably most people. I use Bluetooth headphones due to convenience, but if you are and you have proper wired headphones to drive them, then the LG V20 is the phone to get. Also, the V20 has 3 high array AOP microphones inside of it, and AOP stands for Acoustic Overload Point. So what this means is the microphones are capable of recording an extremely noisy environment without any distortion. So picture going to a concert or recording a band. You'll be able to pick up audio from different directions, and when you play it back, it's going to be crystal clear. Performance is what you'd expect from a flagship phone in 2016. There's a Snapdragon 820 and 4 GB of RAM. Everything ran fast and fluid with no slowdowns, but it's obviously not as smooth as the Pixel XL. The only thing that actually really bothered me about the performance was LG's UI. Sure, you can install your own launcher, but parts of it still shine through, such as the settings menu. You also have to enable the app drawer if you don't want your apps to be all over the place on your home screen. However, the camera was great though. It's using the same setup as the G5, one 16 megapixel shooter with an aperture of 1.8 and a second 8 megapixel camera that can shoot a 135-degree view. So wider shots taking in more of the landscape. Just note that the second camera's quality is not as good as the first and best used in good light. I really dig the dual cameras, whether the second one is wide like this or can zoom in like the iPhone. I find myself using it quite often. Picture quality from the V20 is good. It's not the best, but it's good. I'd rank it just below the usual suspects like the Pixel, iPhone, and S7 Edge. White balance was spot on, the 1.8 aperture helps in low light, but sometimes it was a little aggressive with noise reduction. I still find LG does the best when it comes to manual controls because it also extends to video. You can get really creative with your shots and assign each microphone to certain tasks. Now, if you love smartphone photography and love having full control, then this phone might be the one to get. Besides that, there's a micro SD card slot, which is great, especially if you're an audiophile with all those lossless files. But I did find the battery life to be worse than the competition. I had a hard time making it through the entire day on a full charge and usually found myself topping up around 5 p.m. There's Quick Charge 3.0 for fast charging, which helped, but no wireless charging due to the metal back. So here's my closing thoughts. The V20 is meant for a very specific niche of people, those who value audio, the best raw camera controls, and a replaceable battery. But for everyone else, I don't feel it hits the mark. The battery life is not that great, there's no water resistance, the phone is much too big, and LG's UI needs to be redone. Now, it's much better than the G5, but it's still not better than the competition such as the S7 Edge, Google Pixel XL, or iPhone 7 Plus. Now I know I sound very negative about this phone. It's still a good phone, but I just feel for this price point there are better options on the market. So let me know what you guys think of the LG V20 in the comments below, and I want to hear from people who actually have the phone. Let me know what you like or dislike about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and as always, I will see you in the next video.